There you go. There you go.
All right. Okay.
Oh, wow. We gonna get it in.
Yeah. What you had?
I had to reset it.
Oh, okay.
I know they probably ain't gonna load.
Ain't gonna let me do it now though.
Yeah, it's gonna probably be late. Once that load up,
Okay,
I think it'll be loaded up too.
All right, Shalom. We the Brothers of Great Millstone, Church of Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Yeah, in the ancient Hebrew tongue, that would be the correct name of the Heavenly Father, His beloved Son, and the Holy Spirit. I also want to give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers out there laboring in His work, as well as you believers, the brothers and sisters alike, which will be the Akim and the Aqua that subscribe to this truth as well. So yeah, we back in the spirit of prophecy, which that's going to be the overtone of this sitting. We're going to go into the prophecies, and right now, the so-called white man Esau, he's trying to hinder. Oh, and I want to throw something out there too. GMS, we had 100% truth, man. All right, and that's collectively as a body. Because you have brothers that's well versed in the history. You have certain brothers that's good with herbs, brothers that's good teachers, precise, on point, can break the scriptures down. You got brothers that's good in the Hebrew tongue, and overall, as a body, we had 100% truth, man. There might be something that a certain brother might not have an answer to, but guess what? You can go to another brother. And that's how the body functions, man. Every body part don't have the same office, man. The feet don't do. Matter of fact, you got that?
1 Corinthians 12. Yeah, Con. 1 Corinthians 12, and I'm gonna start at verse 4. It said, "Now there are diversities of gifts."
Yeah, there are diversities in gifts, man. And I just mentioned that through the Spirit. You have brothers that versed again in the Hebrew tongue, brothers that good in the history, brothers that good in current events, monetary issues with money and finances and political topics. As a whole, we had 100% truth, man. Now, does this mean you come and ask some crazy shit? How many rings Saturn got now? Hey, matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 29 and 29. There's certain things that's not given to us, man. So, you have a simple nigga that had that approach. Oh, these guys said they had 100% truth. I'm going to go and ask them. You know what I mean? Some crazy shit. You know what I mean?
What color game?
Yeah.
God.
How often David played the harp then, man? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this Deuteronomy chapter 29 and verse 29. The secret things belong unto the Lord our power.
Yeah, the secret things belong to the Lord our power, man. So when you go out and you talk about the heavens or, how big is the sun, we're going to dismiss you, man. You know, because those things belong to the Most High. Hey, there's a saying, right? I'll teach you everything you know, but I won't teach you everything I know. And that's how Yahweh Shai is, man. That's what separates him. That's what makes him the Most High. We can't know everything he knows, you know? Yep. So continue to Deuteronomy 29.
It said, the secret things belong unto the Lord our power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law.
So the things that are revealed, which is in the scriptures, is revealed unto us, man. So I just want to throw that out there. You know, we had 100% truth as a body, collectively. You see? So now let's go back to 1 Corinthians.
Okay,
Oh, you had another?
Yeah, I had a quick precept.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes Sirach 3 and 23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters.
Yeah, so it's not convenient for you to think, you know, what's going on the planet Mars. That ain't got nothing to do with the scriptures. And again, you'll have a bug out to come and ask you that. Since you got the 100% truth, you know what I mean? Is there any life on Venus? You know what I mean? Nigga, we ain't said we had it. We didn't know. We said we had 100% concerning the scriptures. Matter of fact, give me 1 John, what's that? 1 John 2 and 20. Get that real quick. Go ahead.
It says, be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand.
Right, so you might, in measuring up to the apostles and certain men, you might see yourself as not really knowing them, right? But in the big picture, more things have been shown to you than damn scholars and teachers, you know, those who have the knowledge of this world. You can confound them just with what you might look at as small knowledge. The mere fact that you know that we the Israelites, that'll confound and fascinate ambassadors, man. All right? So now, 1 John, I think that's 2 and 20.
First John chapter 2 and verse 20, but ye have an unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things.
Read that again.
1 John 2 and 20, but ye have an unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things.
It didn't say some things. It said we know all things. So we had 100% truth over here. Now, real quick, I'll look up a couple of words. Look up all first, and then we're going to look up unction. So the scriptures say we know all things. All right? Hey, and that seems to rub you niggas the wrong way, man. You become offended when we take that stance. When really you should be encouraged by that.
Right.
Here it is, we telling you we know the way. Hey, if you're in a car with somebody and they shaky, they don't know where they're going, you're gonna question that. You're not gonna be comfortable with that, right? Opposed to somebody saying, hey, I know where we're going, I got you. So if we're telling you we know the way, we know all things, you should be encouraged by that. All right? So you got definitions for all. Do it give you anything?
Yeah, it says Strong's G 3956. It says individually, each, every, any, all, the whole.
Oh, that's bad. Individually, each. Yeah, see that? Ooh, boy. Yeah, read that. Read
It
that.
says each, every, any, all, the whole, everyone, all things, everything, collectively.
Collectively, see that's the spirit, man.
That's it.
Collectively, man.
See?
Collectively, we know it all. As a body.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? Which Yahweh Shai spirit rested in the house of David. You know? So, yo, give what you got.
It's the book of Isaiah 34 and 17.
Go to unction.
And he hath cast, and so like he said, he hath cast the lot for them, and his hand hath divided it unto them by line, that they possess it forever, from generation to generation.
Yeah, that proved that we had this truth. In order for you to get this truth, you had to first have this truth. As crazy as that might sound, in order for you to be able to know the truth, you have first known the truth. And it tells you that. Matter of fact, give me that in Ecclesiastes 27. All right? So for all you brothers and sisters out there who somehow found your way in this gathering, that means you was here before. Okay? And we don't expect just some nigga to understand that. All right? Furthermore, we're in the times now where we ain't entertaining nobody but the elect. Okay? So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this Ecclesiastes 27 and 9. The birds will resort unto their like, so will truth return unto them that practice in her.
See, so you return to the truth. Okay? Now, you through what you had?
says,
now this for the word unction, right?
Right. It
Those
says,
two ones you got.
it says anything smeared on ointment.
Ointment. Which ointment is life, man. That's medicine. These words is medicine to the soul. But the Lord gave us an unction of the ointment, the oil, to know all things, man. Which this book is a well. Now, when you go into a spider, he secretes oil in order for him to navigate through a well. That's why a spider is able to slide and glide through his web, but a fly or a roach or whatever damn insect, what I'm looking for, insect, they get jammed up, right? So that's the same with you people. You stumble, you get caught up in the web of the scriptures, but the Lord gave us that oil to navigate through. All right? And that's what the scriptures say, unction from the Most High, that you know all things. This is the definition for unction. Go ahead.
It says, usually prepared by the Hebrews with oil and aromatic herbs. Anointing was the inaugural ceremony for priests.
For priests, yeah, the inaugural ceremony for priests. So we are the priests. And the Spirit got on me when I did a lesson going into pretty much how when you come into this truth, this is a government. And you have leaders. And those leaders is in the form of priests. You know? So the Lord gave us the jurisdiction to break this word down to you. All right? So why would the Lord set us up and we want to know what the hell going on in this book, man? See? It don't make sense. Yep. All right? So now let's go back to 1 Corinthians.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 12:4. Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit.
Yep. There's diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. Again, you got a brother that can speak the Hebrew more fluid than another brother, but the same Spirit is in him. And that's the same as your body.
Yep.
Your hand do something different than your feet, but it's one Spirit in that body. Give me Ephesians 4 and start at 4, somebody. Go ahead.
It says, and there are differences of administrations.
Yeah, there's differences in administrations, man. And when you examine Great Millstone, that's the case. You have apostles, you have elders, you have regional camp heads, regional leaders, then you have camp heads, second in command, third in command, whatever respective order. That's that government, man. That's those different offices, see? So this is not just some, casual approach like we just made some shit up. No, this is all in harmony with the scriptures, man. This was foretold to happen. This is the Lord once more set order amongst Israel, man. And who else saying such a thing? Especially when you consider the so-called Negro, Latino, Mexicans. It's all this order, man. Modelo bottles, and coolers everywhere, man. We find it. Matter of fact, give me, you got what you got? Give me Psalms, the 50th chapter, Psalms 50, what's that, 16? I would set them in order.
I think that's 16, 17, 18, something like that, right?
Start at 16 and read.
All right, this is the book of Psalms 50 and verse 16. It says, but unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to cleanse?
Matter of fact, jump down to, I think, the 18th verse.
This is the book of Psalms 50 and verse 18. It says, when thou sawest a thief, then thou continuest with them, and thou hast been partakers with adulterers. It says, thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue from deceit.
Yeah, that's dealing with Esau. Go ahead.
It says, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thy own mother's son. It says, these things have thou done, and I have kept silence.
Right.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself.
Yeah, that's why they got an image depicting the Most High and the Son, the so-called white people, the angels, the patriarchs of the Bible. You thought that the Most High was such as one as yourself. Go ahead.
It says, but I will reprove thee. But
the Lord says he's going to reprove you devils, and you devils have a problem with being reproved. That's why they suspended the channel, man. And that's why they strike brothers' channels and, hit you with these restrictions because they don't want to be reproved. All right, go ahead.
It says, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
So the Lord says he's going to set us in order right before your eyes, man. And not only Esau, but Moab and Ham and Elam and Ishmael, all you other nations who partook and cutting us off from being a nation, man. and participated in keeping us in further derision. Guess what? The Lord has worked a marvelous work. Now he's setting us in order, man. Right before your eyes. See? So now let's go. Ephesians real quick.
Ephesians.
Hold on. Before you get that, read that what you just left off one more time.
1 Corinthians 12:5. And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord.
Yeah, but the same Lord, right? So read up a verse and then read down again.
1 Corinthians 12:4. Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit.
Go ahead.
And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord.
Now read right here, Ephesians 4, start at 4.
Right, Ephesians 4 and chapter 4 and verse 4, it says, there is one body.
See, but there you go again. There's one body. See, that proves that it ain't different bodies of men. Either you with great millstone or you not. It's just one body. Now we do, in fairness and in humbleness, starting with the apostle Tahar, we acknowledge these other groups when they write. You know, we don't just take pleasure in getting on you other groups, man. It's our honest hopes that you would teach the same thing we teach, man. That you would teach the truth, man. But as it were, you don't. So we have to reprove and rebuke you, man. We were set in defense of the gospel. All right? This is a part of the job, the task given, man. So it's not like we lick our chops like we waiting. Oh, they just went off. Let's do it. No, man. So we'll give you credit where credit is due, but the facts remain there's only one body. See, there's one group of men that got the truth. We read it. Go ahead.
Ephesians 4 and 4 again, there is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling.
There's one hope. There's one hope. Like, for an example, GOCC was teaching a flea doctrine at one time. Like, in order for you to escape the wrath of the Lord, you had to go to damn Egypt. That ain't that one hope. The one hope that we all got is we're going to be counted worthy to be caught up with our Lord in the air and to the chariots was known as so-called UFOs, was known as UFOs, man.
Right.
All right? That's that one hope. See? Go ahead.
It says,
and really to be numbered amongst the elect. Go ahead.
Ephesians 4 and 5, one Lord.
See? One Lord. We just read it. One administration, but one Lord. Go ahead.
One faith.
One faith. One belief system. You can't say, yeah, you know what I believe with Great Millstone teach, but you know what I believe with, Fopi teach. Which, by the way, the Lord is more and more showing that he's with us. We got a report earlier that this guy, Tazadakia, the self-proclaimed God-sent comforter, dropped dead today, man. Go ahead.
It says one baptism.
One baptism. And that's dealing with this truth, which this word is compared to water. All right? So I think that was it on that.
Verse 6.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, one power and Father of all.
That ain't talking about everybody on the planet Earth. It's talking about all of the elect. Go ahead.
It says, who is above all and through all and in you all.
Right. Because a lot of you people don't look at the Most High as being your head. A lot of you Israelites, you pray to Allah. Hey, Jake's so bugged out and unfaithful, man. They subscribe to Buddha and being a Moor, whatever, man. Really, all these different denominations, it's Jake that take hold to it, man.
Right.
All right? So the only ones that's going to be faithful, pursuant to the book of Revelation, the 14th chapter, is those virgins that follow with the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. All right? So go back here.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 12:6. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same power which worketh all in all.
Yeah, that's the same with the body, man. All right? You use your hand to pick up a cup, and you use your feet to kick somebody out of the damn way, man. They don't have the same operations, yet it's the same spirit working in them. So that's the same with Yahweh Shai. In the elect, you have men that have different offices, different administrations, but it's the same spirit resting in all those men. See that? Go ahead.
It's the book of John 17 and verse 21. It says that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe on thou hast sent me.
Yeah, and that's bad because the world is believing on this doctrine because we are proven to be in harmony with Yahweh Bashmi Shai. The things that we've been teaching is now coming to pass. That shows that the Lord is signing off on his men. He's co-signing us, man. You know, which is going to be a segue into this lesson, man. Prophecy, man. The spirit of prophecy. The spirit of prophecy trumps all. Go ahead.
Verse 7, he said, but the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal, for to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom.
Right, you have the word of wisdom. Go ahead.
To another the word of knowledge.
The word of knowledge. Go ahead.
By the same Spirit.
By the same Spirit, which is Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
To another faith.
See, give me Matthew the 25th chapter. To another faith. Oh, and by the way, the scriptures tell you how faith is every man have a certain portion of faith. That's another thing that you got to be able to digest in this truth. Every man ain't gonna have the same amount of faith you have, man. You know, you might have faith to step out and do something that another brother might not have that much faith. That don't mean he ain't a man of the Lord.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna say this: you might have faith to not have a weapon, but another brother might want a strap. But that ain't really wicked though, because it ain't nothing wrong with having a sword. It ain't just something off with that. Now, hey, even Yahweh said, I forgot the statement he made.
Said a guard by a sword.
Said what now?
Say you guarded by a sword.
Yeah. He said, take up, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but hey, that weapons, you know, men of the Lord have weapons, right? Well, now we don't encourage that, and if a brother do got a weapon, he ain't gonna put his trust in that weapon. Ultimately, he know that it's Yahweh Shai, but he might just want a weapon. He might come across a damn straight pit bull, you know. He just want to have something. You know, me, myself, I ain't into that, you know. But again, if a brother say he got a weapon, I can't say, hey, man, you off, man, you know. Because there's levels of faith. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Said to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit.
Right, meaning you got brothers that are good into herbs, and that's going to really intensify and be amplified. You know, there's going to be brothers having spiritual power, but that gift for healing, you know, really using in each camp, you have a brother that's good with herbs. And like we had that in this camp, like this brother right here, man. You know, the brother to the left. This brother, if all of us that had little ailments here and there, you might have a little ailment. Right. And we could holler at the brother have something for you, man. Or you might ask him a question, spirit on him to go into certain shit, you know. So that's the scriptures. See that? But again, it says, but it's one spirit that gives all these things. It's more with.
Yeah, there's a little bit more on there, yeah.
Matter of fact, before you read on, give me Matthew 25 and start at 14.
St. Matthew 25 and 14, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country.
And then dealing with Yahweh Shai, go ahead.
Who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods.
Yep, go ahead.
Verse 15, it says, and to one he gave 5 talents.
See, this is the distribution of the talents, of the spirit. He gave 1 5, go ahead.
To another 2.
To another 2. Now, you might have a brother with 5 talents, right? And he might go into deep things, and he might, you know, well, that's his lot. Right. You can't say, hey, man, you going too deep. Well, you asking a brother with 5 talents to only push 2 talents.
You asking to quench his spirit.
You asking to quench his spirit. You asking him to dumb it down. No, he got to do what Yahweh Shai told him to do. So if Yahweh Shai gave him 5 talents, he got to work 5 talents, man. No, you can't be in that spirit, hey, you're going too deep. Hey, I'm going to put it out like this. If the apostles had that mentality, you wouldn't know that, man. Let's say the apostles said, you know what, we ain't going to go into reincarnation because that's too deep. Then you wouldn't have knew nothing about it, man. See what I'm saying? So everybody got a lot, and they got to be faithful to that office, man. So you got somebody who might have 5 talents. You can't say, you know what, man, I'm going to just push 2 because... Hey, I'm going to say this real quick and make a quick example. In a house, right, you have a baby in the house. You got teenagers and stuff like that. So, just because there's a baby in the house, I'm just going to serve baby food? No, I got to serve everything in this house. Now, the baby going to eat the baby food, but the grown-up's going to eat the meat. So this is the house of David. Everything is on display. the deep things, the meat, down to the milk is on display. Now, it's on you to not be a hoggish mind, you know, and go for the things that's above your pay grade. Nevertheless, it's on display, man. And who are you to say, hey, no, don't serve that. No, man.
You got somebody with that appetite. You serve.
Yeah, man. That's somebody with the appetite, right? So in the house, you know, we got a baby in the house. So it's a baby in the house, so we just serving milk. No. All right? So that's what this is going to. Go ahead and get what you got up.
And this is the book of Romans 12 and verse 6.
Okay,
It is having then gifts differing according to the grace.
Read that again.
It's Romans 12 and 6. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the portion.
Oh, according to the what?
According to the proportion.
According to the proportion, man, because you don't prophesy. If I got 5 talents, why should I dumb it down? You know, and jeopardize what the Lord told me to push. Lord gave you a zip, and you trying to, man, you trying to, yeah. What the fuck you doing? Go out there and push what I gave you, man. You know? Yep. So that's another thing, you know, a lot of guys get caught up in, look, man, just push what you got. And don't worry about what another man got. And he gonna push what he got, man. It ain't for you to be, you know, hey, man, what you doing, man? Yeah, go ahead.
And it says, according to the proportion of faith.
Oh, look at the faith again. So everybody got a certain amount of faith, man. You know, and these things that we gotta, you know, consider. All right. So yeah, go ahead.
All right. Matthew 25 and 15 again. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1. To every man according to his several ability.
Right. So you built a certain way. You can't even handle certain things.
True.
Certain men can handle certain things. Certain men can't, man. And that's what it takes wisdom to know your limitations, man.
Right.
Oh, the Apostle Gabar was going into a video. He was going into different sayings of wise men, and a very wise saying is to know that you don't know nothing.
That's right. That's a wise man.
That's a wise man. But you know what that's saying in essence? You know your limitations. You know what you can lift. You know what you can push.
Right.
Somebody trying to front you something, and if it's above your pay grade, why take it there? Now, look, I can't work that. But guess what? The Lord know what you can work. So the Lord give you what he give you, man. Furthermore, you don't want another man's a lot, man. You don't know what that man got to endure, man. You push what you got. But overall, the moral of the story is this is a body, and everybody got it. Everybody got the 100% truth, man. And nobody's excluded. You might look at somebody as being at the bottom of the food chain. Man, that brother heavy. Oh, Spirit got on me while I said that the other day. I don't know if y'all remember. I said, everybody in Great Millstone really heavy, man. Right. And I know that from experience. Right. Just mean brothers in other camps. There's always some brother that hit you with some shit. Like, damn, man. You know? So that I know for a fact through experience that the body of Great Millstone got 100% truth, man. All right, so go ahead.
It says, and straightway took his journey.
Read it again.
Matthew 25 and 15. And unto one he gave 5 talents.
And the key word there is gave.
Right.
None of us got this on our own. None of us, man. Right. The Lord, in his mercy and grace, gave us this understanding. See? Go ahead.
To another 2, and to another 1.
Go ahead.
To every man according to his several ability.
According to his several ability. Go ahead.
And straightway took his journey.
So the Lord know who's who. The Lord know who's going to work what. Matter of fact, go, let's look up a couple of them words. Look up several and ability. You don't know who the hell who's who out here, man. Here it is. You telling Jeremiah to slow it down. You don't, that man might have a point, you know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead.
All right, this is several in the Strong's G 2398. Definition says, pertaining to oneself, one's own, belonging to oneself.
Right, meaning that's your portion. That's you. Hey, when you go to a restaurant, right, you got your own plate, man. Don't, what the fuck you looking at my, eat your food, man. Yep. And you get what's good for you. You know? Yep. Now, if you have a hoggish mind, sit at the table, he's eating above his pay grade, and he's going to ultimately vomit it. You know?
Precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is it's like St. Matthew 13 and 8. It says, but other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit.
Yep. Oh, that's bad because that shows the seed is the word, and those different grounds is the different minds of the people. Right. So the seed just didn't fall on one person. The Lord distributed it out there. Go ahead.
It said, but other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit.
Yep, go ahead.
Some 100-fold.
Some 100-fold, meaning that person had a bigger lot. Go ahead.
Some 60-fold.
Some 60-fold.
Some 30-fold.
Some 30-fold. But ultimately, they all cover all ground. So that means that good ground has the 100% truth. All right? That the 100% couldn't get, the 60% handled it. That the 60% couldn't get, the 30% handled it. Right. They had the market cornered. They cornered the market. Oh, and that's why the scripture said the head of the corner. You know what I mean? And that's like drug dealer talk. Right. You know? Go ahead. Come the head of the corner.
You got dimes, nickels,
mixed.
Zips,
you got it all.
Bricks, all that.
You cover it, you know? And that'll turn people off. Yeah. But the Lord created these movies. Like the Lord knew Jake. That's why when you read the parable of the talents, it sounds like a drug dealer. I'm being honest, right? Because the Lord know that Jake watched New Jack City. The Lord created all that. The Lord know we watched Paid in Full. You know, New Jack City. That's the custom, of Jake, right? So the Lord simplified it for you, so you ain't got no excuse. You know what I mean? That's why the Lord said, surely if I went to a nation of hard speech, hard language. Lord made it simple for you, man. All right, come on.
This is ability in the Strong's G1411. The definition says strength, power.
Yeah, according to your strength, according to your power. Go ahead.
Ability, in what it is,
inherent power. Yep. Meaning what was given to you, how you was designed, how you was built. That's why, like them niggas, Nasrallah and them, they was trying to take the big dog spot. The apostles are high. And you see what happened to them? They just lost it. That wasn't their inherited power. They was really just workers, man. They wasn't the bosses. The Lord set up bosses, man. Here within this thing. That would be the apostles, man. And the elders, man. You got to show respect to the niggas, man. Here it is. You would have never knew you was an Israelite if it wasn't for the apostles and the elders, man. Right. And a lot of all these, these brothers that have been laboring for years, right. That we came up on. Right. Man, you got to show respect to them men, man. Right. See? Go ahead.
Inherent power residing in a thing by virtue of its nature.
Ooh, yep, go ahead.
Or which a person or thing.
Oh, that's bad because, like you have a lion. He do what he do because it's his nature. All right? So there's different men from different walks of life that the Lord brought in him, man. And they was able to handle certain situations, tackle certain. That's why we out at camp and sometimes, some dude might come across, try to handle you rough. But knowing that the Lord brought certain men out of different backgrounds, they handle that situation. You got it up.
You ain't gonna take a koala bear and put him out there to be a vicious killer. You know what I'm saying? So that's according to the nature of your the virtue of an individual nature.
Yep. You ain't gonna take him out of his natural habitat.
Yeah, you ain't take him out of natural habitat. Yep. He's a vegetarian. He eat leaves, and the lion is a meat eater.
Well, scripture talking about that too. Don't judge one if he eat herbs and other that eat meat. That spiritual that actually ties into this. Because you got certain brothers that can't go deep into the meat. They can go into the herb, but you shouldn't judge them because that brother's edifying, man. And that's the best brother. That's the best edification when brothers just bring out just simple, straight to the point. They can make it understandable. That's beautiful right there. Go ahead.
It says, or which a person or thing exerts and put forth. That's ability. It says power for performing miracles.
Yeah, and this is a miracle. Man, me waking up was a miracle, man. What the hell you talking about, man?
Amen.
Some brothers, man, waking up, all of us waking up was a miracle, man.
Right.
And even if you thought you was on some level, you know, a lot of brothers was into the black consciousness or whatever, right? They thought they was on a level, they went to college or whatever. Man, that was a miracle to wake them up out of that madness, man. Yep. That was it on that? You got more?
Yep. It says moral power and it says moral power and excellence of soul, the power and influence which belongs to riches and wealth. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
That was it on that?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, cut. I see a lot over here, but okay, yeah. Yep, go ahead. Yeah, that's bad though. Yeah. Matter of fact, read that one right there. Let me see. Something jumped out right there. Yeah, the riches.
All right, it says it said the power and influence which belongs to riches and wealth.
Okay. Yeah, that's how the riches and wealth now.
Okay,
it's truth. It symbolizes riches and wealth. And that's why the Lord gave the talents. Hey, why did the Lord compare it to the talents? You know, money, you know. He had a bag of money, you know, he his goods, he distributed it out to his workers. All right. So you had a precept up? All right, come on, let's go back.
All right, yeah, back in 1 Corinthians 12, I'm going to start at verse 8 again. It says, For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit.
That's 100% truth, man. We got everything covered through the Spirit. Yahweh Shai gave us the 100% truth. Go ahead.
To another the
word. Might have to change the title of this, man. Spirit got it coming out like that, you know?
It said, to another the working of miracles.
Yep, to another the working of miracles.
To another prophecy.
Yep, to another prophecy. Oh, but you know what? That's the Spirit, though. Because guess what? This is prophecy. So it's still, the title still remains the same. That's the Spirit. See how the Lord is, man? How shot bad, man? This is program.
That's it.
It remains the same. It remains the Spirit of prophecy. Thus said the scriptures, man. See that, man? Because really, in reality, us having 100% truth is prophecy, man.
Right.
Okay? The Lord prophesied that he would raise up men here in the latter days that would have 100% truth. Right. And this is what Jake needs, man. Jake needs that ointment, that medicine, these words of medicine and healing. Here it is. You've been enduring a nigga with a perm, an L sharp, you know, damn mega efforts and shit. So now, here we are. The Lord has laid out men and presented men before you that had 100% truth, man. That's mercy right there. Yep, you got something up?
Okay. Isaiah 60:1.
Yep.
Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee.
Ooh. Yep. What's that glory? That's knowledge.
Yep.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Matter of fact, continue.
Right. Verse 2, it says, For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
And again, that darkness represents the misinformation that's promoted here in America, which America is the springboard which propels wickedness and just folly throughout the world, man. Straight up. You know? Go ahead.
And gross darkness to people.
Yeah, gross darkness, man. Meaning the darkness. Because these people messed up, man. Hey, y'all already know you have to dumb it down to talk to people. That's why we thank the Most High that everything is shutting down. We ain't got to deal with nobody, you know? Yeah, you got more there?
It says, But the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, shall rise upon thee. Shalaki. But the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Yeah, and that's the internet. Because the glory of the Lord has been seen upon us. All right? So you got more over there? All right. Let's go back.
1 Corinthians 12:10, it said, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy.
To another prophecy, go ahead.
To another discerning of spirits.
Yeah, you got brothers that can discern spirits. You know, hey, I'm going to be honest, man. I believe that spirit kind of rests on everybody because you discern a person by what they say. Your mouth is the door to your house, which is your mind. That's why the scriptures say a fool is even found with respect if he keep his mouth shut. Your house can be filthy as all hell. If you don't open that door, I don't know that, man. But once you open that door, then you just gave me access to your mind or your house. And we have seen it. You know, you come out, you know, you out there speaking and the dude come up, you know what I mean? You know, he might say some crazy shit, you know what I mean? So what about the black, you know what I mean? You know, it's just some crazy shit, right? And then you're like, oh, I know this guy bug out. See what I'm saying? It's because of what you say. So in essence, we all have that ability to, for the most part, to discern spirits. Now you have other men that's more seasoned, like the apostles. Now that's why when you get around great men, you gotta just, because you know you can feel it. Like them great men, you know, you know that they watch your ass and they could read your spirit. Okay, but for the most part, we all got that ability. You know, some guy come up, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, Noble Drew Ali was a great man. You be like, oh, this dude is off, man. So we read his spirit. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead. And Jay Cole some stupid shit, man. Then you know, just see a nigga with a bow tie or something, you like, you pack up and go. Go ahead.
It said to another discerning the spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues.
Yeah, and again, you got like them brothers up in Washington, man.
Right.
Man, them brothers, the Lord put that spirit on them. They be going into that Hebrew, man.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And if you want to learn any Hebrew, you know where to go. So them brothers break it down.
That's it.
See? Straight up. Go ahead.
To another, the interpretation of tongues.
Yep. To another, the interpretation of tongues. Go ahead.
But all these work of that one and the self same spirit.
Yeah, and that's your house shot. All of these different men, okay, it has one spirit resting in them, and that's your house shot. And that's the house of David, man. Which that word house goes back to body. And then you have a body of men. Right? Now, in the ancient world, Yahushua, we know, was King Solomon. Now, his spirit came through who? King David, the body of David. You know? That's why the scriptures say, it say, out of your bowels. So, back then, Yahushua came through King David physically, right? Now, here, the spirit of Yahushua rested in the house of David spiritually. And what Messiah was heavy about that too, right? Before King Solomon, kingdom was set up, King David and his men took out all the enemies. So King Solomon's reign can be peaceful. Now what are we doing here in the spirit? We spiritually taking out everybody. So when Yahushua and the kingdom comes, it's going to be peaceful. It's going to be smooth sailing. You know? So the spirit of the Lord rested here, man. And in this house is, when you consider a house, the essence of a house is protection. Right. You know? And it's also restoration. Now, the word restaurant, that goes back to restoration. When you go into a restaurant, you're restored. You eat. So that's what this is. This is like a restaurant. This house is, matter of fact, give me Proverbs up. Proverbs 9 and 1.
Yeah, kind of. Proverbs 9 and 1. Wisdom have built her house.
See, what's that house? The house of David. That body of men, the elect. Go ahead.
She have hewn out her 7 pillars. She have killed her beasts. She have mingled her wine. She have also furnished her table.
You see? She have furnished her table. Now what's that table? The scriptures.
Right.
Now this table couldn't be furnished until our Lord Yahushua was the main course was slaughtered. You know, before Yahushua was sacrificed, the disciples, let's say, that's why the apostles messed everybody up when they said the apostles didn't know everything. That was true. Because they was eating the sides, pretty much. You know, like if you go to a restaurant and you eat the appetizer. They was eating the appetizer. Look, 2,000 years ago, they weren't reading the book of Acts. Or they weren't reading, Peter wasn't reading the book of Peter. You know what I mean? So, or revelation for that matter, right? So, they didn't get that meal, that course until now.
Yep.
Because after Yahushua was slain, which was the main course, the lamb, now the food is prepared. See? So that's what this is going into. Read that again, huh?
She have killed, Proverbs 92, she have cured a beast. She have mingled her wine. She have also furnished her table. She have sent forth her maidens. She cried upon the highest places of the city.
Read that again, huh?
She have sent forth her maidens. She cried upon the highest places of the city.
Yeah, she sent forth her maidens. Who was her maidens? The prophets.
That's it.
And it's the spirit of the garments. You kind of look like servants, aprons. Go ahead.
He said, whoso is simple, let him turn in hither.
Right. So if you're simple, meaning if you're hungry for this knowledge, you're going to turn into this restaurant. Hey, and that's like a promotion. Like Wendy's or come here. We got these deals. That's what this is doing. It says turn here, come in here, come to this restaurant. If you're hungry, you're simple, you want to eat, come in here. Go ahead.
Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that want of understanding, she said to him, come, eat of my bread.
See, come, eat of my bread. Go ahead.
And drink of my wine, drink of the wine which I have mingled.
Yeah, and that's dealing with this knowledge. Go ahead.
Forsake the foolish and live. And go into the way of understanding.
And go into the way of understanding. And that's in this house. All right? Yep. This is a wise counsel. This congregation, these different sittings we partake in, this would be the counsel of Yahweh B'Shem Shah. And what's happening here, we are serving, you're being served, and you're eating. All right? And you digest.
Yep.
Pretty much your mouth is your ears, and your mind is your belly. All right? So, get what you got.
It's the book of Isaiah 55:1. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye and buy and eat.
Right. So how do you buy this food, though? How do you buy this drink? By giving your time. There's a saying, pay attention. Matter of fact, give me. I think there's what's that? I think it's Romans 12 said, make your body a living sacrifice.
Yep.
Give me that real quick. Matter of fact, did you get it? Like, I want you to look up that word. What's that, Romans 12 and 2?
12 and 1.
Yeah, you read and you go there.
God, this Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
Yep. So if you go to sacrifice, let's see what they give you.
The word sacrifice in the Strong's G2378. Dacia or Dacia, a sacrifice victim.
Oh, that's it. Hey, let me see something. Click on that. And then, go to something. Go to webs. Let's see what they give you. Victim.
All right, the word sacrifice in the simple Google, it says an act of slaughtering an animal or a person, of surrendering a possession as an offering to the Most High or to a divine or supernatural figure.
Yeah, continue to read down.
It says offering or kill as a religious sacrifice.
Yeah, and that's heavy too, because the scripture said we are killed all the day long.
Right.
And you die in Yahweh Shah.
Right.
So pretty much we gave up everything in this world. You become dead to this world. And you sacrifice. Hey, you might be sleepy. You might be tired. You still do a lesson. You got more? Go ahead.
It says an act of giving up something valuable.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Read that again.
It says an act of giving up something valued for the sake of something else regarded as more important.
Hey, that's bad right there. Hey, that's bad right there, man.
Yep.
Hey, give me, matter of fact, you know what? Get Matthew the 19th chapter out. because that's the very spirit of the elect. You know. Read that again. Why he getting that?
It says, an act of giving up something valued for the sake of something else regarded as more important.
Yeah, and what's regarded as more important and worthy? Yahweh Shai, man.
Right.
Yahweh Shai, man. Ain't nothing out here on this planet Earth that you should look towards, you know, at the expense of Yahweh Shai. That should trump Yahweh Shai, man.
Right.
And again, that's the answer to all you people that marvel at why we out in the rain or why we out in the cold.
Right.
Because we view Yahweh Shai as being more important than anything else, man.
Right.
And what the Lord told us to do, feed his sheep.
Right.
That's why, hey, even though Esau tried to hinder us,
Right.
they tried to cut channels, here we are again. We doing what the Lord told us to do. The Lord told us to. Hey, give me Philippians 3 and 3. Give me Philippians 3 and start at like 7. Yeah, hold that up real quick. You got the Matthew 19?
Yeah, I got that.
I think that's Philippians 3. Whoever get it.
3 and
3 and
7.
7.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Philippians 3 and 7. What things were gained to me?
Yeah.
Yep,
Read that.
Yep. This is
That's it.
Philippians chapter 3 and verse 7. But what things were gained to me, those I count lost for Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, man, what things is gain to me? That meaning your money, your children, your job. That's nothing, man.
Yep.
Why? Because in essence, when you give up that for Yahweh Shai, you're giving up that for life. You're giving up that for deliverance.
Yep.
And really, hey, there's nothing for you to even try to boast about. Look, I gave up this. Man, look, man, the Lord gonna give it to you back. Gonna give it back to you anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. Yep. Go ahead. Continue.
Read it.
Oh, Salaki.
I think the point of the next one.
Yep.
Philippians 3 and verse 8. It says,
Read 7 again. Read
yeah,
8.
it says, but what things, Philippians 3 and 7, but what things were gained to me, those I counted lost for Yahweh Shai. Yeah, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of knowledge of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung.
Yeah, but count them but dung. The word dung translates to shit, man.
Right.
Apostle Paul said he count all things as shit, man. Go ahead.
And do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach.
That he might win Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, man. See? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we brought this up. We'll bring it out again. Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, Salakia, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
Yep, it's your reasonable service. And that links up with Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter.
Yep.
This is the duty of men. All right? That's why you was created, man. Yep. So go ahead. What's up?
Kind of.
What?
Continue on.
Matthew 19.
Again,
Unless you had some more meat over there. But,
I think that was probably the point on that.
go ahead.
Yeah, Matthew 19 and 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore?
Well,
And Yahweh said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that hath forsaken houses, and or brethren, or sister, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life.
right. So that's the reward for forsaking everything, man. And that's what we have done, you know? All right, so you got some? Give me Revelation 19 and that was that, and give me Ezekiel 33.
Who's only one for the hope?
Yep, Ezekiel 33. Yeah, give me Revelation 19. Give me Ezekiel 33. you give me second Ezra. I think the second Ezra is about 15. It started at the top.
You want to spirit of prophecy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this Revelation 19 and 10. It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua, worship the Most High. For the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy.
Yeah, it's the spirit of prophecy, man. And starting with our elders and teachers, they have done nothing but prophesy, you know. And I want to just throw this out there. They prophesied that the Lord was going to deal with Tazadaki, man. And he ended up being put to death.
Yep.
Now, I remember, man, and a lot of you brothers remember too, you know, we go back to a certain time where them guys, they was talking shit about the apostles. I remember when they said that the apostles wouldn't be out on the streets no more. I remember the hit he sent out, you know, stepping down on the brothers and shit like that. All right? Now he dead, man. That's the spirit of the Lord right there. The Lord is avenging us. The Lord is showing that he's with us. You know? So the words that they spoke came to pass. They said the Lord won't deal with this guy. So that proves right there that we had 100% truth, and it proves that Yahweh Shema Shai is with us. All right? So go ahead. Go back over here. Go where you at.
Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 30, it says, also the Son of Man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls.
Right, and the walls is somebody to the internet. Yeah, all these different guys have been talking against us, coming up against us, but now we're in the time of judgment. We're coming into the time now where the Lord is making manifest. And that's why I keep mentioning that guy just here and there, because we got to give praise to Yahweh Shema Shai, man.
Right.
No, that was the time he was like, yeah, man, go. Now it didn't happen. Now the Lord done did it, man. The Lord honored what we were saying, man. You know? And there's going to be more guys that came up against us, that spoke up against us, man, that the Lord is going to step in on our behalf. You know? Go ahead. Go ahead.
So like it says, and in the doors of the house, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh from the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, because you got a lot of guys that come just to ear hustle what we say. You know, they sit in the cut, saying that, you know, you say something where they can pounce, you know, oh yeah, you said this, you know, scrutinizing, and, you know, go ahead.
Ezekiel 30.
All the energy is centered around the prophets right now. You know, they one of the brothers did a video about how Jake bugging out with this whole quarantine. They got niggas like Floyd Mayweather starting to bug out. You know what I'm saying? Now they forced to watch us. We the only ones putting up all the activity. Man, come on, man. Who putting up more stuff than us? So they're at the house, and at some point, damn, man. Jim, this, you know? live, you know? And they sitting and watching this shit. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 33 and 31. And they came unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear the words, but they will not do them.
Yeah, because you got a lot of jakes that come into this thing, and, you know, they'll listen to the prophets, but, you know, they won't keep the high holy days, or they won't try to get themselves right with Yahweh Shema Shai. Go ahead.
It says, for with their mouth they shew much love, but in their hearts goeth after their covetousness.
Right, yeah. So, hey, you actually got jakes that still eat pork, you know, but they got fringes. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 33 and 32.
Or commit adultery and, you know, do whatever they do. See? Go ahead.
It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song.
Yeah, entertainment. Go ahead.
A very lovely song of one that have a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear the words, but they do them not.
Yeah.
It says, verse 33, Ezekiel 33 and 33, and when this cometh to pass.
And what coming to pass? The prophecies. Now that's where we at. See how everything is coming to pass? Now you'll be hard pressed to find somebody to come up against. Now they just come up against us with this little, you know, just crazy shit. That they ain't got, what you mean you got 100% truth? Only Yahweh Shai got the, you know, they just nitpicking now. But as it concerns the prophecies and the current events that's taking place here on the planet Earth, you can't question that we was the ones, starting with the apostles and elders, that brought this information out, man, and filtered everything that you're seeing through the scriptures. And everything links up to what we saying. Current events lean more toward our doctrine than yours. Right now, everything is leaning toward the microchip than goddamn with Johanna, you know, an embargo, or goddamn sleeping with a white woman. The current event is leaning toward what we've been saying. Some of the apostles, man. You got something?
Yeah, kind of. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision yet for an appointed time.
Yeah, the vision is yet for, and this is the appointed time. Go ahead.
But at the end, it shall speak and not lie.
Yep, at the end it shall speak and not lie. Go ahead.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. Yeah. It will not tarry.
It will not tarry. Give me 2 Ezra's 9 and 5. Go ahead. Yeah, give what you got real quick.
Ezekiel 12 and 28. Therefore, saying to them, thus saith the Lord of power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore.
Woo! Yeah, the words of the Lord is not being prolonged anymore. And that links up with 2 Ezra 15. The Lord said he would no longer hold his tongue concerning this wickedness, man. So the Lord's words are not being prolonged anymore. They're being made manifest. Go ahead.
It says, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord of power.
Yep. Yep, that's it. Yeah, give what you got real quick before we go back.
2 Ezra 9 and 5. For like it's all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end.
Everything have a beginning and an end. Your grandma, you look at their obituary, they have a beginning, they have that birthday. Your food, it got an expiration date, you know what I mean? Different relationships. They had a beginning. You met the broad, and all of a sudden y'all fell out. You know what I'm saying? Everything got a beginning and an ending, man. Go ahead.
It said
everything, you know what I'm saying? Everything. Go ahead.
It said, for like it's all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end. Yep. And the end is manifest.
And the end is manifest. Real quick, let me look up this word manifest, man. Now, you know, manifest. Matter of fact, let's get it. Manifest. Alright. You know, it's been loading up slow. You know why it's loading up slow? Because everybody at the house. Floyd Mayweather, everybody looking at the internet right now. Man. You know what I mean? Yeah, he might be watching this shit. Baby, they just said me again. No. I say, this manifest, right? It says clear or obvious. Clear or obvious. So it says, read that again.
It said, for like it's all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
Or the end is clear.
That's it.
Matter of fact, give me Proverbs, I think it's Proverbs 4 and 18. It says, and the end is manifest. Now the definition for manifest is clear or obvious to the eye or mind. See, so now, you know, you can't, there's nothing you can do. You can't stray away from it. You know? You can't shy away from everything that we've been saying is being made manifest, it's being made clear. Everything is moving toward the tip. Everything is moving toward martial law. Everything is moving toward the time of Jacob's trouble. Oh, them dudes, one body, them the niggas who said one Jacob's trouble, yeah, man. They gonna get caught right up in Jacob's trouble. That's all. Go ahead.
God, Proverbs 4 and 18. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more.
That shineth more and more. Go ahead.
Until the perfect day.
Until the perfect day. Meaning everything becomes much clearer as time progresses. Now, when you first wake up, let's say when you first wake up, I wake you up at 6 in the morning. Everything groggy, you got shit in your eyes. But the more you know, as the day progresses, you splash some water in your face. It's 8 o'clock, it's 9 o'clock now, you see clearer. Hey, by noon, you see everything. See?
Yep.
So at certain scriptures we've been reading when we first come in, like, you know, but now they're making more sense now.
Right.
See?
Right.
Go ahead, up. That was it on that? All right, go ahead, go back.
All right, Ezekiel 33 and verse 33, it says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come.
Yeah, and that's the prophecies, man. Now we're in that time. It's here, man. you see there's a famine coming. Oh, I was just up in the store, man. It was a whole shelf. I started recording. It was a whole shelf that was empty. Damn, there's just a whole shelf, you know. And it was the shelf that had like the toilet paper and guess what? It's getting to a time now where there ain't gonna be no regrouping, no re-upping, as they say, because it's not ain't no imports coming in, man. You know. So everything we've been saying is coming to pass. So when this comes to pass, and it will come, go ahead.
Lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them.
Yeah, and that happened with Yahushua. Hey, when you go into the time of Yahushua prophesied about 70 AD, man. Them people were saying, damn, Yahushua was right. You don't think they weren't saying that, man? Yahushua, hey, because you got to understand, the scriptures don't outline every little thing. Now, it brought out like a brief mentioning of Yahushua talking about 70 AD. Remember when he was saying, "No, beware of your children," right? But they don't know that he was prophesying about that a lot.
Yep.
He was that was part of his prophecy. He was prophesying just like us. Yeah, all right, we're gonna see when 70 AD get here. Then, goddamn, he was telling them that. You know. Yep. Then it happened. Then they knew that a prophet was among them. You know what I'm saying? That's the same. Hey, with Jonah, he told about Nineveh. Then they knew that a prophet was amongst them, man. Noah. Then they knew that a prophet was amongst them, man. Great millstone. Yep. Now you know that there's a prophet among you. Y'all got something? Hey, so with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers laboring in his work, as well as you believers, the Akim and Aqua, brothers and sisters alike, that subscribe to his truth. To the next time, Shalom.
Shalom. DTA, Abba, Baba.
Quick, man. Fucking dumb times. Esau bars, man.
He said,